Burden of Guilt is a stasis damage dealing fusion rifle added to the game as part of Season of the Haunted. This one is an adaptive frame fusion, so it's got some fantastic perks, and it's going to make this a really popular choice for fans of stasis weapons. Today I'm going to dive into the stats and the perks and the god rolls to chase for PvP and PVE, plus have a look at how to get the Burden of Guilt in Destiny 2. Well, if you're new around here or find this useful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below for all the latest Destiny 2 content, and turn on notifications by hitting that bell. Roughly 98% of viewers who watch This Week in Video Games aren't subscribed, so subscribe today and never miss an update. Burden of Guilt is a legendary kinetic fusion rifle with an adaptive frame, meaning it has a well-rounded grip, it's reliable and it's sturdy. So looking at the stats, we've got 70 for impact, 41 for range, 39 for stability, 32 for handling, 31 for reload speed, so 660 charge time, and it's got 6 in the magazine. Well, we have already been spoiled this season with a Stasis kinetic fusion rifle, actually a few. Yeah, we've got the excellent Riptide added into the game, but Burden of Guilt may be even better. Given it's a Trials weapon, that means we're going to have to put adept mods on it. Plus we've got the origin trait for Trials weapons as well. Now, Burden of Guilt gives us even more options in the kinetic slot, and that's especially good for Warlocks with the Rain of Fire exotic boots. Well, next up, let's have a look at the Burden of Guilt god roll guide then. So for PvE, Perpetual Motion and Chill Clip would be a decent roll. Also throw on there Arrowhead Brake and Accelerated Coils. So with Arrowhead Brake, greatly controls the recoil, increases the handling speed. Accelerated Coils, you get a faster charge time. Perpetual Motion is where the weapon gains bonus stability, handling and reload speed while the wielder is in motion. And then finally, Chill Clip. Direct hits with the top half of the magazine cause a detonation that slows nearby targets. So good for PvE, that one. Then for PvP, Chamber Compensator, Liquid Coils, Perpetual Motion and Vorpal Weapon would be a decent roll. So a Chamber Compensator increases the stability, moderately controls the recoil, slightly decreases the handling speed. Then with Liquid Coils, you get increases the impact damage and slows the charge time. Perpetual Motion, we've been over that before. And then Vorpal Weapon, increased damage against bosses, vehicles and guardians with their super active. Well, next up then, let's have a look at how to get the Burden of Guilt in Destiny 2. To get this one, you have to play Trials of Osiris to earn Trials engrams from ranking up with Saint 14. So it's worth saying at this point, I had to rank up to level 10 on Saint 14 to get access to the Burden of Guilt. I must have got about 15 Trials engrams this weekend, and it just wouldn't drop for me. So what I'm gathering from that is you have to rank up to rank 10 to get the Burden of Guilt, and once you've got it in your loot pool, then it'll drop for you as a random roll. So Trials is only available at the weekend, from Friday until reset on Tuesday. What you want to do is speak to Saint 14 in the tower. When Trials is on, pick up a passage. Then what you want to do is run Trials matches. When you rank up, you get Trials engrams. Then you want to hand them to Master Rahul, and he'll give you a random weapon or piece of armour, and hopefully the new Burden of Guilt fusion rifle. Once you have the weapon, you'll be able to focus engrams of Saint 14 for random rolls of Burden of Guilt. If you don't get the roll you're looking for the first time, then keep trying to get engrams, and you will get one eventually. Well, let me know in the comments what you think of the Burden of Guilt, and let me know your favourite rolls. Well, that is it for this guide for how to get the Burden of Guilt in Destiny 2. And as always, thank you so much for watching. For more Destiny 2 content like this, hit that subscribe button down below and subscribe to This Week in Video Games. Or check me out on Twitter at TWIVG Podcast. If you enjoyed this video, found it useful, liking and sharing the video would really help me out. Otherwise, check out the other videos on the channel. Well, thanks again. I'll see you soon. I'll leave you with some footage of me running around with the new Burden of Guilt fusion rifle.
do you